Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Oversalt finals of this Bronx to Masters tournament. I am your play-by-play caster, Alenvia, and with me is Kana. Welcome here, Kana.
Thank you, Allenville. I'm quite happy to be here today. First time around with this, and we're gonna really kind of see what these guys bring to the table here today. Uh, I've been kind of following throughout this tournament, seeing how they're doing, and honestly, they've surprised me a little bit with how quickly they've made it through everything. So we're gonna have to wait and see what they bring to the table.
Yeah, and we will start off with saying the blue team will be the Sharks in suit, and the red team will be the Dunkers, so we have that down as well. Both have gone through quite a path to reach this position. And what do you think about the lineup of the Sharks in suits right now?
I think it's going to be a little bit interesting here. As you can see, we do have no double shield going on. Just both teams brought out a Reinhardt, and we also see a Hanzo from Barnyard here. I'm kind of curious on how that's going to work when you're going up against that Genji. It could definitely be a little bit of an interesting contestation there.
Yeah, it could be quite interesting, and looks like that the Dunkers are going with the Bastion comp, so they're going for the pirate ship, not with the double shield, which is kind of surprising in that case. But they're going instantly onto the cart. Everything seems fine. They're getting quite a good barrage against them, but the Bastion is already on the cart, going his road around, just driving as far as you can. Nobody can really contest him right now with how the situation is going, and we just see them retreating all the time right now on the Sharks and suits.
Yeah, it looks like they actually did switch out to get another double shield going on there, but the Bastion positioning here is making me a little curious. He's very close to the edge of that shield.
Yeah, and he suffers for that one, and Void goes down as well, and that means that two are down, and this push could probably be over for the Dunkers, but right now they're still trying to engage this fight. They do lose Barnyard as well, which kind of halts their push completely.
It really is that Brigitte there that's just going to work, stunning them, and just kind of causing them to be in a position where they really can't fight too much back.
Yeah, that is definitely true, and the anti-nade that did hit the payload helped them out immensely in that fight. Now skill has switched over to the Genji, so it looks like they're going a bit more of a hybrid comp right now.
Yeah, it definitely does, and it looks like Void's back on the Ana there. I'm kind of curious to see how the two Anas are going to kind of compare against each other. As you can see, it looks like we're going to have both the Shatter and the
Oh, and there we have the Shatter, and this instantly 3 kills go off of there, and this means that the Sharks in suits are winning this fight easily.
Yes. And we also now have Nano Boost and Dragon Blade ready to go. So I wonder if Sharks and Suits are just going to hold on to that one now for a good Nano Blade.
Yeah, that could be a good option. We just can't forget that Barnyard does have the Dragon Strike as well. So there is something they do have, especially with the positioning they're having, that could actually be a good option for them to go around. But right now we see Dingta going in once again, getting quite a bit of damage put onto him, but is easily out healed. There is the Dragon Blade going in the Nano, and first kill is off with Barn. Yeah, didn't even get a chance to pull that on off. Bard goes down as well, QG as well, and another one fight for the Sharks and suits.
Oh, wait, hold the phone. Looks like they Dink just dropped his Shatter. I think that was kind of a desperate attempt there, just trying to get that last little bit of a push in there to try and get one trade in.
Yeah, was a bit desperate, and that's not really helpful for the situation right now, I feel like. But they will pull this one around. We do have skill with the Dragon Blade now as well. Barnyard still has the Dragon Strike, so they do have some options right now. There's the Dragon Strike going through. Does cut them off quite nicely. Actually gets a pick off there. And oh, he takes off Joji's sights as well, so they can't use that one to any advantage, but the payload is moving forward. 6 seconds are now. Oh, nice Shatter there from Enjoy Silence. He does get a pick out of that one. Duabum goes through. Nobody goes down. Joji goes down, and finally Dunkers find their way to the first point.
That was a really nice clean win there. And not only that, but the Dunkers are going to be coming back with both Nano and Blade ready for the next fight. It looks like they will have Nano on the Sharks and Suit side, but that's mostly what they're going to have for now, unless Freak Daddy can bring up his Blade a little bit quicker.
Yeah, and Barnyard is already at 80% once again after that Dragon Strike already. There is the Nano Boost, there is the Dragon Blade going in there. Let's see if he can do something without. Gets the Ana first. Can he get another one? Gets the Brigitte as well. So both supports are out of this fight already, and you can... Oh, and there goes the Reinhardt as well, and that is a clean win for them.
You know, I was actually really concerned there watching that. He was spending a lot of time just trying to take down their Diva. And I was really kind of concerned that that was going to cause him to lose a bit of that blade, but he did pull it through in the end, taking out Silence with his Reinhardt.
Yeah, and we're closing on to the next point for the Dunkers, so that's kind of good. And oh, Barnyard takes down the Brigitte. There is now the rally and a Dragon Strike onto the point, so this fight will be a bit rougher right now for the Sharks in Suits. Ding Dong does get a good charge off. Can he get the kill off there on the side? But meanwhile on the point there is a Nano Blade for the Sharks in Suits right now, but unfortunately Freak Daddy gets shattered and finished off. Jerry is still sitting on the point, gets blown up out of the mech and finished off as well.
That was an absolute beautiful play by Dink Dunk, just to play that shatter right when that blade kind of landed in front of him, stopped it dead in its tracks, and then you could have QG just come in and finish off
whatever was remaining. Exactly that. And we see right now both teams staggering up top. Right now the Dunkers are up top trying to cause some more chaos, and right now they're just looking for some ult charge, as it looks like, and we see both teams are setting up for the next fight. We see the charge in right now. We do see the Genji already in the back line. There were a few switches, and the Diva Bomb goes through. Let's see if this can do anything. 2 kills on the one Diva Bomb, and the other one doesn't get anything, unfortunately. So right now the Dunkers have another advantage. Skill has a Dragon Blade ready and waiting for the next fight, which could cause a lot of chaos, but there is a Mei right now. He still wins that fight, actually.
I think we're gonna have to see what the Mei's gonna do here, because the Mei could easily turn this around if they can get back on the point in time.
Except that doesn't happen. Skill jumps in with a Dragon Blade and a Nano Boost, gets 1 kill off of there, and the payload hits the point. What would you say should probably the Sharks in Suit do right now? Should they perhaps try another dive-like comp with their Genji and the Nano Blade again, or what would you probably try to say they should go for in this round as attackers?
As attackers, I think honestly the best option for what we saw, if they can pull out that pirate ship a bit better and kind of keep their Bastion from getting a little bit too far up in the shields and protect him, that could work very well for them. But at the same time, the Nano Blade that they've been pulling off has just been absolutely beautiful. So it's going to be real interesting. However, it looks like what we're going to see here is a bit of a interesting strat here. We got for the Dunkers, we have Barnyard back on Hanzo. We have QG on Sig, and Void on a Void sitting there on the
Zenyatta?
Thank you. I'm having a bit of a day.
Yeah, no problem.
But the Zenyatta could actually make a big change to this fight. Even with having the Widow there, the Widow won't need a full power shot if you got a Discord Orb. So that could actually change a lot of this fight, depending on how the shields work out for the Sharks and Suits.
Yeah, definitely. And I see the side from the Sharks in Suits right now look actually kind of interesting with what they're having with the Sombra and having a Genji. So I think the MP will be a real big key there. Nice sleep actually there on the Hanzo. They couldn't unfortunately finish that off, but they're still looking for that one. But Barnyard gets healed up quite nicely there. Joji does take down Void, so unfortunately that Discord is now gone right now. Joji is getting damage boosted half the time. Barnyard does take down Enjoy for Silence, but Joji does still get a kill off. Enjoy gets extra rest up, and they're pocketing this Genji really hard as he's just picking everything out he can find here.
That was just a pure clean fight. There, all we got to see, Joji just goes in, goes to work, just clears them off one by one. I think what happened there was Dunkers just got a little bit too spread out there, and it just allowed Joji to go bouncing around and taking out everyone he needed to as quickly as possible.
Yeah, and we thought that Mercies won't have any effect since Pharaohs are gone, but this Mercy's just pocking Joji all the time, and he's just getting his kills with that one.
And it's working. It's working beautifully.
Yeah, and he's almost at his blade as well, so this could be a rough next fight for the Dunkers.
Well, we do have Barnyard coming out with the Dragon Strike there as well, so we'll have to wait and see kind of how that's going to work out, because he could just put that right across the payload.
Yeah, and we're seeing the next fight breaking out, and Dig Dug is running forward, trying to do something. Void is there as well. The Dragon Strike goes through. There is Joji who jumps to the back line, gets not a boost, gets stunned up instantly. Let's see if he can still pull something out of that one. He does take down the Immortality field and the break, so they do get something out of that. There is the Baptiste who jumps now to the point as he was hacked, gets taken down as well. Barnyard is now fighting versus a Mercy, but he slightly gets that one. But Barnyard is now on his own, trying to hold on as good as he can and can't do it, unfortunately.
I mean, still, taking out the Mercy could be a big hit without having their Mercy right there on the point. However, if they're able to push this quick enough, they may be able to get a better spawn.
Deadeye is being thrown out, and Joy Silence does survive that one. EMP goes out right now, so they're going for this fight instantly. There is now the supercharger being thrown down, so they can do a lot of damage, but they don't really get a chance to really take advantage of that one. We see the team kind of spread out. OG does take down the QG. Okay, there we have the Sigma field and instantly kills off Joji, so there's something going on about that one. And Joy Silence is now the last holding there, and this fight got turned around instantly.
That was a real scrappy fight there. I was starting to really wonder as they were getting spread more and more out. It looked like Sharks were going to start to bring it back a bit with Void and everyone being off to the side trying to take on 4 versus 2. But they really did pull it back around.
Yeah, and I felt kind of bad because the MP was in a good position. They just couldn't take advantage of it really in the case I think they wanted to. And I feel like that cost them quite a bit in that fight.
The EMP was beautifully placed, but just with how spread out they were, just didn't really hit as well as they wanted.
Yeah, and we have a rally being thrown out by Void, and Enjoy Silence has switched over to the Winston, so they're going real in the dive formation. Unfortunately, Enjoy Silence has been taken out right now, so I don't think the team really wants to move in right now without their tank in any position.
No, and that's definitely the right call to make. Without having the Winston to drop the bubble, just kind of hopefully pick out 1 or 2. It's going to be a really hard fight, especially with the with Dunkers and all their autonomy they have going on right now.
Yeah, so right now the ult economy is in favor of the Dunkers quite a bit, and we do have soon 3 ults on the side of the Sharks, and soon Freak Daddy is in the back, still kind of scouting out what the situation is. But they're now moving in, they're trying to force something out of there. They do go on Barnyard. Barnyard is trying to survive as good as he can. He does use the Dragon Strike and can't hit anybody because that looked a bit more panic, but they do take him down a lot. And Dig Dug does once again get Joji for that one with the Shatter. The fight is still breaking out, but it's really in favor of them, of the Dunkers right now, and it looks like they're turning another fight in their favor.
They definitely were. I think the big issue with that one really that came down to was with having Freak Daddy kind of hiding in the back line there, it gave a good opportunity for some nice hacks, but all of the tanks were too far up front. You couldn't get a really good hack on Dink Dunk, drop that shield, or have any opportunity to kind of economize on your positions there.
Yep, that is one of the issues they did have, and right now we're seeing the next fight. Oh, instantly on Dirt Master. Dirt Master has thrown out the amplification magic. There is the nano boosted Dragon Blade. There is everything actually. Gravitation. Anti-flux field is there as well. Joji did get anything with the nano blade actually for this fight, so that is unfortunate for them. And right now this scrappy fight is not favoring them, and they lost another one. Sharks.
Yeah, I'm still trying to actually see where they lost that one. They were in a great position. You saw Dirt Master drop down the amplification matrix, but the problem was he immediately backed off away from it. It was kind of just sitting there with no purpose. And the second I saw the nano blade go up on on Joey, and I was expecting, you know, he just capitalized on that, so I'm not actually quite sure what caused that loss.
It looked like a bit of miscoordination there, but right now we do have the rally. There is the Diva Bomb coming in from the Sharks, unfortunately, it didn't work out for them. There is a good Shadow Digstone Chimney. There is the MP as well for the Sharks. They could show what they can, if they could get anything out of it, but right now they're not getting any picks. Dunk and Barnyard take out a pick each, and right now the fight is once again turning in favor of the Dunkers right now, and they're showing once again High Noon is being thrown out, so nobody can really touch the payload. The Moira just gets blown up by that one. Amplification Matrix is up. Freak Daddy is onto the point, trying to hold on as good as they can, and there is no chance. Nice charge there actually from Ding Dong to stop the other Ryan from reaching the point, and that is Junkertown.
I think what we really saw there was the separation there. It looks like the Sharks got really separated in a lot of those fights, and that just allowed Dunkers to just capitalize.
Yeah, definitely. That was one of the things I would say was one of the big things, just capitalizing that completely. And honestly, those looked like the fight all the time. That especially in the second phase of the street phase, where we were almost at the point, we just saw how they were jumping in, just trying to get something out of that. And maybe it was a bit too much of focus for the Sharks in suit, because it looked like they got one or two picks out of that one where they threw almost everything onto it and then just got obliterated by the rest.
I think what I would like to see the Sharks do, at least in this next fight, is try and stay a little bit closer together. If you're going to push from the front, push from the front. They're doing too much where they're trying to flank at the same time as doing a hard push at front, which is getting them completely separated. Then you're not be able to get your heals in. You're not going to be able to get those ults kind of in the positions you need them. And as we saw, especially with that EMP, how spread out they were. The EMP was laid beautifully, but it just couldn't capitalize because they were all spread out and taking on anywhere from 2 to 3 versus 1.
Definitely, that is one of the points. And as far as I just understood, what you were saying is just simplify what the Sharks and Suit should just simplify their approach of that. They don't have to be like the Overwatch League teams where you just attack from 3 angles at the same time with superb coordination. Just go from one position in and work together on that one instead of just having 3 focus points at once. But right now, interesting comp. We do see a Torbjorn.
Oh, the Torbjorn. Actually, this map is one of the best maps to play Torbjorn on, because you just have so many opportunities to drop that turret and just let it capitalize on all that extra damage. Because a lot of times, people don't pay attention to that Torb turret. You get into a fight, you're too busy focusing on the guy barreling towards you than that Torb turret sitting behind you just chipping away at your health.
Yeah. And in rank where anything is not even coordinated, you see most of the time the turret just admonishing people because, yeah, you have to focus 3 different things. That's a bit too much.
I'm not ashamed to admit I've been eaten up by Torb turret once or twice in my comp career.
Yeah, I think we've all been there.
However, that positioning for that Torb turret was definitely questionable. It was just right out in the open, didn't really get any capitalization on it.
Yeah, and the Mei has found the enemies right now, and the Doomfist tried to get a good approach there. The Turbulent himself takes down the Doomfist. The turret is doing good work right now, as you can see, right? And it's causing a lot of chaos, actually. That is a better position, and Ding Dong goes down to the Torb as well. Meanwhile, we do have the Brigitte who trying to fight bravely against 3, gets frozen up, and no, not being put down yet. Now being put down with a hammer by Torbjorn.
I mean, you gotta love those Torbjorn hammer hits. It's the biggest kind of painful experience, but at the same time, it's always good fun.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And looks like they're trying to go down through the reception there, but they decide against that right now. Looks like they're going up top.
I think they were just getting too much damage applied to them there, and with the Diva, just defense matrix along with the Rhine shield, there wasn't much.
And now we're having a really interesting fight there. Both the Diva walls kind of made it to an arena, and 2 people went down, unfortunately, for the Dunkers this time, and they have to retreat once again.
And it looks like we have the Diva here trying to take on, but we have Mercy come in and just kind of help Sharks Diva out a little bit there.
Yeah, It looks like they're just not getting in. Could be interesting as soon as they reach the ults, because right now it looks like they're going for that situation. But we do have a cutoff there. Nice charge there, actually does get them off there. But Joji once again claims another kill. Oh, nice Earth Shatter there. And that should be... Oh, they do get Enjoy Silence, but they did lose almost everybody else for that fight. So it's going to be interesting. Joji is being rest back up. They need to carry Torbjorn. Yeah, of course. That is what we've been seeing from them. And he has a great positioning, actually, there with the turret. So if they go in there, they don't really want to do that. But right now, they're retreating for now.
I mean, if we can really talk, we got to talk about Freak Daddy's position here. He just sitting there waiting for them to come back through, just to wall off again, and here we're probably going to see it. Yep.
Yep, nice wall off there, but unfortunately they couldn't do much about that. And Joy Silence with a nice charge there. There is the Blizzard actually on the point, so this will cause a lot of chaos. They are barely not in there. Diva Bomb comes through right now. They're forcing everything they can. Still holding on actually to that point. Joy Silence now being pushed down. Barnyard does go down in that fight meanwhile. We do see the fight still breaking out, and Joy Silence is actually behind enemy eyes right now. He's going off there, but right now Freak Daddy is sitting there trying to help out. Nice shatter there, going for this one. Just in there is actually the nano boost on Freak Daddy. Genji on the other side still does have the nano boost in his blade. Not getting... Focusing a bit too much probably there. The Earth Shatter does claim another kill there, and right now the fight is still brawling on. We're still going, and Joy Silence now frozen, but the Valkyrie is saving his life right now. Barnyard throughout the Blizzard is now trying to retreat, and that is the fight.
You know, I think that fight probably would have ended a lot faster with that nano blade, but he was just too focused on trying to take down that Mei. And we all know the first thing you need to do, once you get that ice block, move on. Move on, go for something else. You would have had a lot easier time trying to take out even the Diva. Just get the Diva demeched, keep her down, get, you know, take out the Rhine, take out the Ana, right? Go for something a little bit more. But unfortunately, I think the issue that came there was he was just too focused on the Mei.
Yeah, Joji does claim another kill. Diva Bomb goes through. Freak Daddy claims Void's life there. There's a Blizzard. I don't see where the Blizzard was. Maybe I just had a weird sound cue there, but right now it looks like finally there is the chance for the Dunkers to claim this one. Jerry is still holding on as well, Freak Daddy now. And actually it looks like they're holding once again. Dink Dunk is now in the point. Barnyard and Freak Daddy are fighting it out as bays, but it's not really working in their favor. Dirt Master is now there as well. There is the Diva Bump going in. Can there be an effect? And nobody goes down for that one. Dink Dunk gets frozen up, but they can't really take advantage of that. Dirt Master did throw out the rally, so there is the survival chance. Jerry gets demeched right now, looking for the Diva. Baby Diva damage, unfortunately, doesn't work out. Freak Daddy survives there as well. And they finally, in overtime, get onto the point and are actually getting the point.
They're definitely going to have to push now to try and get as much time bank as possible back for the next match. Looking at that one, it really did come down to that Diva Bomb could have cost him a lot. Luckily, you had Dink Dunk able to keep his shield up and just kind of protect his team from it.
Yeah, that was close call. Right now we have Barnyard with the Blizzard. We have Skill with the Deadeye as well. Joji does have his Molten Core, so that could be an interesting point. But another wall. Blizzard is being thrown out already. Two frozen already. This could be really terrible for them. Jerry gets hit, but the Valkyrie is doing some work. Deadeye does claim 2 as well, so there is an advantage here, and just the Sharks are retreating.
That Molten Core could have been definitely placed a little bit more. If you saw what he was trying to do, he was trying to get a little bit on that cart, just to kind of get a bit of extra damage when they went to go touch back up on it. Unfortunately, it looks like he just ended up getting it underneath, and it was only really 2 spots, so he didn't really get to capitalize on that as much as he wanted to.
And we have Jerry, who's now trying to hold on. Skill does take down Sarcastic, and oh, that's a nice shatter from a Joy Silence. There is now the Blizzard, and there is no hiding from that Blizzard right now. We do see a bit of survival there. Freak Daddy and Jerry do claim kills, and both are down now, and the second point is touched.
Skill did a great job getting those 2 picks right at the beginning, immediately getting Jigamy and taking out Sarcastic as well right at the beginning, which just completely cut off all the heals for the Sharks, and it cost them a lot there. However, that Blizzard was so well placed. I actually thought that was going to be a win-in for the Sharks in the end.
And we starting off with the next fight. We see both sides just setting up. Coalescence being thrown up by Void already. The wall goes up as well. Void is just looking for the damage there. Nice sleep on Dink Dunk. Diva Bomb comes in. What will it do this time? Unfortunately, not the damage. Enjoy Silence is frozen thanks to the blizzard onto the point. Actually survives that one. Jerry as well. Everybody survives one. Rally is now thrown out by Dirt Master. The fight is going out. Nana boost on Enjoy Silence. High Noon is going out there. Unfortunately, no claims. Answering High Noon? Will it get anything out of that one? He does get Enjoy Silence, who did lower his shield because he hit a Shatter. And right now we see the fight still breaking out. Looks kind of fortunate right now. The Amplification Matrix is in an interesting position. Diva Bomb goes out once again. Blizzard is on the point. And that took down the Immortality Field. Jerry's mech went down to that one as well. Dirt Master is winning this fight right now with a kill. Enjoy Silence comes in, kills skill. But unfortunately Jerry and Enjoy Silence go down and the Dunkers win this one with the first round.
And they still live with another minute and 12 seconds in the time bank, which is great considering how that first kind of point went for them. So now that they have that little bit of extra time, it'll be not a lot of a cushion, but a little bit of a cushion to hopefully hold out a little bit stronger here.
That is true, and otherwise they had a good street phase, to be honest. With it went down, yeah.
That third phase was just so well played. It was a very scrappy fight, but they got the picks right when they needed them. They kept them as little as they possibly could coming back out to kind of contest, and in the end, they really did pull it out on top, especially with Joji and the Brigitte there.
Yeah. And that's kind of the thing I feel a lot about Brigitte right now. People put her down as kind of like a character that's not really strong, but she is strong if you can draw out fights like that where she just gets to smack somebody the whole time, get a bit of healing out there. But interesting enough, look at this Sombra that they're running once again. This is interesting.
That is definitely interesting. If they can capitalize on her EMP, it could work out very well, but we'll have to wait and see. And one thing a lot of people don't realize when it comes to Brigitte is, yes, she's short range, but she does have an AoE effect. So if you look, her mallet does swing out quite a wide arc, and you can really capitalize some good damage there.
Yeah, and especially with this sort of dive comp they're going against, which the Torbjorn makes it still interesting, and we see them already going up top, trying to claim one of the high grounds. Didn't really work out. Enjoy Silence just runs onto the point, gets a bit shot by the turret now, but otherwise going fine. Dives onto the turret. Do they actually claim the turret? Joji does get it, but Enjoy Silence goes down for that one, so they traded a person against the turrets, which is not ideal, I would say, but they're still trying to find this fight. Sarcastic goes down as well. Dink Dunk falls as well. Freak Daddy does get the kill on skill, so they're getting advantages right now. There's the Zenyatta who's shooting quite a bit on the side, which is quite nice. Dirt Master is falling dangerously low, still surviving barely right now. Enjoy Silence is now back into the fight. Nana boost right now on QG, but right there is the Diva Bomb going down. Doesn't really take much damage, but it was more for the HP reset, it looked like there. And QG is now trying to back off. Enjoy Silence is now fighting against the Mei, gets frozen up, does barely survive that one actually. The baby Diva is doing her best to help out, but unfortunately there is nothing that team can do right now for that.
That was another really scrappy fight we're seeing from the Sharks, and the more we watch them, the more I'm seeing they like those scrappy kind of long drawn out fights. But in this kind of competition where you want to try and get that point as quickly as possible, I think it's starting to become more of a detrimental effect for them. I think what they need to try and focus on is trying to pull back a little bit, especially when they lost Silence and Sarcastic there.
Maybe they will use that as food for thought right now. Enjoy Silence jumps in there, instantly diving onto there. They are in this fight. The rally is being thrown up by Dirt Master. Transcendence is out there as well. Diva Bump goes out. Nobody gets hit by that one. Barnyard takes down Freak Daddy, which is really bad for them. There is the MP. Joji falls instantly after the MP there because the turret does get a wide shot there, and this is just a one fight.
And this is what we were talking about with the EMP before. It was a great, well-placed EMP. You got 3 right off. You got QG, Void, Dirt Master. It was a beautifully placed, but they were going from 2 different angles that it just caused them to get separated again. And I think that's really kind of costing them at the moment. I think what they need to really focus on is kind of pick an angle, go with it and try and just push them off as best they can.
And we are seeing the next fight breaking out. We see Enjoy Silence waiting for the next option to go in. Goes on to Bar here once again, and he just gets out of there instantly. The payload is not, they're just not moving onto the point right now. We see the Torbjorn turret just going on that one. We do even see Sartastic actually gets the kill on that one, so that is a good job for a Mercy. They're going in, they're finding something nice anti-nade actually to get their more pressure in there. They're just not, they just got QG right now. He's just sitting on the point, Baby Diva, and this is finally a one fight for them.
You know what, really what kind of came down to is with Enjoy Silence jumping up there, going right for that Torp turret and causing Barnyard to fall down in that ice block. I think that really kind of gave them a nice good push to break through there.
Yeah, Molten Core is being thrown out there. Nothing really being done there. Enjoy Silence just jumps back, and it doesn't really block much off of there. Earth Shatter is being thrown out. Enjoy Silence is in a dangerous position. Diva Bomb goes out. No, nothing dies thanks to that, but the fight is still going on scrappily. Enjoy Silence now throws out the Primal Rage. QG takes down Sarcastic. Both supports are now out of the fight for the Sharks in Suits, and they look like they want to retreat, but nobody survives that one.
They definitely tried to do a quick retreat there, but there's that lucky sleep on Enjoy Silence with his Primal Rage up. Void just got that off just beautifully, took him down, and then they were able to get a lot of damage on him to try and mitigate that Primal Rage.
Blizzard is gone for Barnyard. There is the Genji Blade being thrown out. Nana boost as well right now. Freak Daddy gets the first kill off. Diva Bump goes through. Nothing to be done by that one. Jerry does take down Barnyard now, and the push is finally working in their way. 2-3 down already, and they're just pressuring forward.
That was an absolutely great call to use that Nano Blade to take out Void. That definitely helped them out in that fight, especially with Void sitting there with that Nano boost ready to go. It was definitely the right pick to go for. And now we see they're pushing up a little bit farther up, taking out that Torp turret as well.
I completely agree. That is a perfect point, but we can't forget that actually Jerry actually ate the Blizzard from Barnyard at the start of that fight, so that is gone as well.
He certainly did. He certainly did. That's a rare occurrence. You don't get to see that one every day.
And right now we have a nano boosted Reinhardt. Ding Dong is charging and actually gets the hit on Enjoy Silence. Unfortunately, the Shadow did hit one, but that's not enough you really want to have with your nano boosted Reinhardt. He's trying to go in there, trying to create some chaos. There is the rally being thrown out on the other side. Diva Bomb going in, actually pretty far deep in, does get the turret, but it caused a lot of chaos, which is now being taken advantage by the Sharks and Suits. QG is demeched right now, going down. Dirtmaster is trying to fight there, gets anti-nated, so gets slept and picked off there.
That was absolutely beautiful. Jerry going in with that Diva Bomb in a perfect position, and you could just see Ding Dong not sure which he should defend against, and as he turned around, you saw he turned around at the last possible second to defend against that Diva Bomb, just trying to keep the rest of his team alive from all the damage incoming during the process.
Yeah, and for his work, he got an uppercut. And right now, there is the Blizzard on the point. There is... Oh, this is a good Blizzard. They could take advantage of that one. But Freak Daddy is answering, actually, that one. Gets two with that one. Even with that Earth Shatter there. And Enjoy Silence did do good work. Enjoys that one, actually. Right now, we do have the Meteor Strike. We're waiting for the landing. Into the back line, the Ana does get the sleep off. But the Ana and the Torbjorn turret are the only survivors right now. And Joji actually still survives. In the back, we have a nano boosted Brig who's trying to hold on for a team. Nice anti-heal actually there. Gets two of that one. Unfortunately, the Brig, as soon as the nano is gone, gets put into the wall. Ding Dong does get a good shatter off. Gets two with that one. Does get taken down. So right now, it's still going rough. Diva Bomb going through. No survival with the shield. 3 kills there. And we're at 1 minute and 1:19 for both teams. This is going to be fun.
This is definitely going to be a good fight. You can kind of see both of them are opening up a little bit more and more and just, you know, pressuring so hard with dropping that shield right away and then immediately following him with that Diva Bomb. That was just so well played.
Yeah, and that fight was brilliantly played from both teams. It was just slight movement just cost it. If the Reinhardt would have been not forced in the last two fights to really take care about the Diva bomb, it would have been better for the team, but that's how sometimes the cookie crumbles.
That's very true, and it looks like they're kind of sticking with very similar comps now. They've gotten very comfortable with what they're playing, comfortable with what they're going against. So it's going to be kind of another interesting match to see. Both of them bringing out the May, both are still sticking with the Diva and the Reinhardt, along with the Ana and Brigitte. Now it looks like with Dunkers they're going to bring back out that lovely carrying Torb. It's been quite a pleasure to watch the Torb kind of go through, dropping his turret and just being a nuisance across the board.
That is a normal Torbjorn player, as it sounds, but interesting enough that the Sharks are actually going with the Doomfist as their second DPS slot in this case, because a Doom versus Torbjorn often doesn't have a nice time.
But you got to keep in mind that Doom's going to be perfect for going against that Ana. If you can get that backline, take out that Ana, there goes a lot of the ability for Dunkers to heal up.
Enjoy Silence was cut off there and unfortunately had to pay the price for that one. Dink Dunk is following soon up. No, barely survives that one actually. QG goes down for that, unfortunately for that one. And right now we're in final fight territory already and the fight is still going on in a way. I don't know you want to fight a Doomfist in that corridor, to be honest right now, but he goes down. The break is there. The turret is even in there. Everybody's in there. The fight is brawling through. No survivors are left. Freak Daddy's just alone in a corner. 8 seconds left on the clock. And now we see Jared jumping onto the point. Gets actually onto the point. Nana boosted even. Sleep darted. The shadow unfortunately hit Sarcastic, so Sarcastic is out of that fight. Jared is holding on as great as Joji does get point there. So there is a chance right now. Joy Silence is onto the point. Freak Daddy is shooting as much as they can right now as Tracer. Unfortunately, the Molten Core does kill Jerry there. Joji is down as well. Freak Daddy is still holding on as good as they can right now with jumping around. Unfortunately, jumps into the Molten Core as well with the blink, and that is the round.
And that's the one thing you always love seeing with that Molten Core, just perfectly placed all over like little tiny mines and little tiny traps, which Freak Daddy unfortunately and unluckily ended up in. But that was a really, really nice attack as on the Shark side. That was a good push, good follow-up. It just didn't quite make enough. Just between that, I think what it came down to, honestly, was that fight in the small little room. They were all kind of clustered together, and Dink Dunk with his hammer could just go to town, causing just so much disruption.
Yeah, I can completely agree with that one because you saw that happening. And right now, let's see if the Sharks can hold on. They do have to hold 19 seconds longer, and then we would actually go to a draw, which would mean that either we have in the next map, the Dunkers still could decide this one, or we have to go to the third map, which would be, or the fourth, the tiebreaker, which would be one round on Busan.
Well, we'll have to definitely wait and see here. It looks like, again, they're bringing out that Doomfist with Joji, and we'll have to see if he can get those picks off that he really needs to. I'm really hoping what he's going to do here is go for skills with his McCree, because that McCree was super dangerous for them in the last round, or the last match.
Skill showed quite a good McCree already, so this will mean a lot to them. We see them moving in. I would just hope that they don't try to go through the hotel reception, because that didn't look good, but they're going for another close corridor, which could be a dangerous proposition as well. There is the wall to buy them some time right now. We do have Freak Daddy, who actually doesn't get the wall, but a nice anti-heal that they should take advantage of. QG does survive that one quite a bit. They did hold on to that one, and they do chase down the Reinhardt, so there is one member down, but they do cut a lot of them off with that one. That's kind of sacrificial Reinhardt play. Right now, QG is onto the Ana. The Ana does have to drop down. Dirtmaster is sitting there, gets stunned up and taken out of that fight right now. Skill is sitting up top, trying his best. Does get a good flashbang off there. Can't really take advantage of that one. And they're forcing them into retreat with 20 seconds left.
You know what? The retreat is probably the best move to do at the moment. Just try and get as many people back for a good final push here. You could just see skills sitting up there, just going to town, getting so much damage applied, but just not enough people there to follow up.
Nice close up from Freak Daddy. This is oh, there goes the Diva Bomb actually in there. This they do actually get out of that one, but still everybody gets blown up. There's only the Mei. They do realize the Mei is there, and we're going with a draw right now.
You know, between that Diva Bomb and that final Blizzard there, that was a really close one. It was a great match. And again, this is where I was saying, you know what? If you can get them into an enclosed space like that, you can just see how much damage you can apply, especially with Brigitte, as you can see here right now, just kind of pushing them back, getting the damage in there, and that final Blizzard just to kind of close it off.
Yeah, and that was a good way to actually do that. And honestly, right now, I would try to force them to do something else than a Brigitte, because Sarcastic on the Brigitte has caused a lot of chaos for the enemy team already.
Just between the stuns and that range that Brigitte can do, and just the extra damage across the board, it's been really, really difficult to break through.
Yeah, that is quite true. And now we are going to the third match, which will be Oasis. So that could be actually fun. And
I think it'd be a good bit of fun.
Yep. And it will be interesting to see how both teams react off of Oasis, because that map is quite an interesting one, because I don't think there are at least a few things to go around, but looks like we'll have a short break because one of the teams need a slight come down after that hard round. So we see you in a moment. we are back now with the final map, maybe, of this grand final. I am still Alenville, and with me is still Kano. Welcome back!
Yeah, it's nice to be back again. This will be definitely an interesting one to watch, especially with it being on Oasis control point map. It's going to be interesting to see if they bring out that Brigade again, because that can be a very, very hard nut to crack, especially on control point.
Yeah, and both teams kind of favor the Brigade, so it could be an interesting point. And I'm pretty sure we don't have to talk about the prepare to attack because I'm pretty sure at least one side is not going with that. Yeah, they instantly switched around. So normal things.
Yeah,
Who do you guess will probably win that after we've seen them now go over to battles already?
you know what? Honestly, with Sarcastic being back on the Brigade and Joe Silent or Enjoy Silence with his rhyme plays, and Jojo just with how he's been playing with the Doomfist, I think they could bring this through. However, skill sitting on the Hanzo, that could be a bit dangerous for them if you can get some good quick picks. So my vote's going to be for the Sharks.
Okay. Oh, and unfortunately, the Ryan Enjoy Silence went down, so the team is in a bit of a rough situation. QG does get Joji for that one, and right now Enjoy Silence is finally back. Nice anti-nade actually there. They're forcing a lot of pressure still onto the point by the lovely Dunkers, but there's a D.Va in the backline who's trying to do some damage. Enjoy Silence gets a good hit off of there, and now they start the pressure up as the point goes off onto the red side and just win this one over.
And that's exactly what I was talking about. Just waiting for that timing and that beautiful just strike and then fire strike with Enjoy Silence, followed up with Joji and that Doomfist, just really sealed the deal.
Yeah, and it looked like they were hurting them into that corner kind of in a situation because you saw them pressuring them more and more into that corner and they couldn't really get out of that one. And right now the ult economy is really scary for the Dunkers.
It is. They really should have tried to capitalize on that first Mei wall drop by Barnyard, but just with them falling through that hole, it just, ironically enough, caused them more problems.
There is the Nano Blade going in right now. Freak Daddy has 1 kill, 2 kills. Is there a third one in the option? Yes, Think Duck goes down and QG decides to jump off while the rest of the team goes down.
Well, looking here, it looks like we're going to come back Dirt Master with his amplification matrix and skills with the Dragon Strike, but still sitting there on the Sharks. We got Enjoy Silence with Shatter ready and Sartastic ready with the Rally. So, I mean, I'm still going to have to call for the Sharks here. That Rally is going to be really hard to get around with just a amplification matrix, the Dragon Strike.
Dragon Strike goes through, the Rally is out as well, the fight goes out. There is the Blizzard actually that get eaten. Unfortunately, once again, D.Va Bomb doesn't get much effect, and Joji did a lot of damage with that one. Gets actually a kill with that Meteor Strike. They go in once again, and this is another win for the Sharks.
That was a really smart play by Joji, waiting just before they all got back up after that shatter and just going to town. And as you can see now, it looks like Dunkers are going to switch it around a little bit. Barnyard's going for the Doomfist. QG's back on D.Va. So we'll have to see if that first Doomfist, how that's going to go for them.
That will be one of the deciding points right now since we're in final fight territory already. Supercharge and amplification magic, but there is another Nano Blade going out there. Once again, Freak Daddy gets 2 kills already with that one. They did claim Enjoy Silence's life, so Barnyard is trying his best to even that one up, but Jerry takes down Barnyard. There is the Moira still on the point who's trying to fight this one, unfortunately gets taken down as well. There is the McCree, and the Sharks do it with 100 to 9%.
And that just play there, Freak Daddy and JoJo just went to work with that Nano Blade and the Doom. It just put so much pressure on them. There was just such a hard fight to kind of come back from, and unluckily they just couldn't bring it through.
Yeah, and that's what you like to see out of your DPS do, that they really even each other out or assist each other. So as Freak Daddy went in, Joji was instantly there as well. They had 2 strikes from 2 different sides, and there was no chance actually to escape then.
And that's where the Genji and the Doomfist really work well together with the dash and the strike. They just can keep so close together, work well together. Now we'll have to see how it goes around. It looks like Barnyard's going back for the Mei. So that could actually really play things out a bit differently, especially to slow down that Doomfist and Genji.
We know what they want to do. Let's see how that plan will work out in this fight. QG is being pressured by Jerry already up top. There is that is an interesting position they're going around with, using the bounce pad there actually to their advantage to get in high ground strike. Sarcastic is a bit of a pressure situation, but they can't really do anything out of that. And Dirt Master does take down Sarcastic. That is gone actually out of that one. We see Joji jumping in, tries to get something out of it, charges in there, Ding Dong gets Enjoy Silence, skill test Joji, and the Sharks are out of there.
You know what? I think what really cost them there was when QG fell down from that sleep. I think they were really hoping to sleep him up top and get more damage just to DMAC. But just unfortunately, he fell down, and Ding Dong was able to get there and protect him.
Protection was important there, as a lot of times that is in Overwatch where teammates should just protect each other, but right now we have the fight starting up a bit more. Wall is already being placed, Enjoy Silence is moving forward with the team. Meanwhile, Sarcastic is going from the other side, actually trying to cause some disruption there. And now they're going in. There is the Earth Shadow. Unfortunately, goes into the wall. Coalescence goes through. Freak Daddy falls for that one. Ding Dong does get a good charge off, but it gets stunned. Fortunately, at the same time, Skill jumps up from top. They win this fight cleanly there.
That was a very clean win. Skills was just sitting up there, and nobody was paying attention to him. He was just sitting there and just popping shots left, right, and center. And I don't think anyone even noticed until he dropped down and kind of finished it up there. But it looks like they're just pressuring them back more and more.
Yeah, that is true. And I saw him say jump down as well. But it was an interesting moment, I gotta say. And right now they're positioning quite well. The ult economy could be interesting actually this time, because right now the Sharks are in the advantage here. We see Enjoy Silence moving forward, just holding on. We see Freak Daddy looking for an opening on the side. There is unfortunately another Blizzard goes away. There is the Diva Bomb. Freak Daddy is now in the back line with his Nano Blade. Does get the Reinhardt. He did get and the Mei as well. And this should be a claim right now for the Sharks.
It should be, but there you got QG just sitting there, just stalling as long as he can to get that overtime play up, which is going to make it a lot harder for the Sharks to hold. They can't lose another fight here. One fight, and that's they're going to be going 1-1.
Yeah, and then we have the deciding fight as well in the garden, which could be fun actually. We don't have Farah this week, so we won't see any Farahs flying around where she does love to play. But we do have right now the kill on Joji, who was a bit too far in the backline. Nice anti-heal actually there, and that was a brilliantly done fight actually from the Sharks.
That was just a beautiful shatter from Enjoy Silence. Just knocked them all down and cleaned up quickly and nicely. There was not much that Dunkers could have done against that.
And poor Joji was the sacrificial lamp in that one to distract the enemy team, so the shadow went so brilliantly.
It looks like Freak Daddy has another blade ready, so we'll have to see if Jiggy Me is going to be able to build up that ult charge to get another Nano Blade ready for this fight.
Coalescence is in, nice anti-heal actually, so that could increase their chance, but unfortunately Enjoy Silence, Joji and Sarcastic are already out of there. They try to put this blade out to save their hides right now, but Freak Daddy's getting pressured back quite a bit. Needs to grab actually the health pack before actually going in, and that cost them so much. Diva Bump goes in, unfortunately no kills off there. They're starting out as good as they can. Unfortunately Freak Daddy has been taken out now, so Jerry is still on the point. There is now Sarcastic as well. They're trying their best to get in there. Blizzard goes out this time. Jerry couldn't grab that one. Joji is now in there. Enjoy Silence is unfortunately frozen. Meteor Strike goes on to that one. Unfortunately, the point did turn around there, so there is no chance. High Noon is being thrown out. Joji goes down for that one. QG takes down Freak Daddy. They're holding on as good as they can to the point. Barely doing this right now, but they can't stall it really out for this moment. Jigme goes down. Enjoy Silence follows as well, and we're at 1-1.
That was a really scrappy end there, and you could just see between Enjoy Silence just trying as hard as he can to get back on that point, but was just being pushed off left, right, and center. It was a good, hard fought fight. Dunkers came out on top for that one, but we'll have to wait and see how the Garden's going to go here. I honestly could see it going either way at this point, especially with the Mei again sitting there. Like, that Mei is going to cause a lot of disruption, especially for those fast-moving characters. like Tracer and Doomfist, which Freak Daddy and Jody are now on.
And then there's still the McCree who can slow them down as well. So this is really a comp to just slow you down, stun you up. There's so much you can just get hit by as those mobile DPS players.
Well, with the way Skills has been playing, I'm not too worried about him slowing them down as much as he is just going for those headshots and just sitting at a nice, just open position, just picking left, right, and center.
We will see how that one could go right now. We have here Jerry sitting up top, just getting some damage actually, and then Void falls for that. And now the fight is a bit in a bad situation for them right now for the Dunkers, but they're trying to even this one out. They do get a good hit on Dink Dunk, but he survives that one barely, and now there is actually already Dink Dunk gets a kill there. Freak Daddy does take down Skills, so there is another disadvantage a bit for the Dunkers right now. QG is getting into the face of the enemy team. Surprisingly, he's been not taken down, but now they're just running in. Juji doesn't want to be there. We see Sarcastic just being pressured on the side, actually just getting shots in. Jerry is doing what they can. The rally has been actually thrown out. Amplification metric. Nice shatter there. That could actually turn it around. Freak Daddy gets a nano blade, takes down two with that one, and does lose his life on the side. Void is holding on to the point right now. Nobody has really claimed the point yet. Void is still delaying the contest actually, and that is finally it.
That was a great job by Void to try and hold on as long as possible for everyone else to get back, but that shatter and blade that just dropped down, at that point it was it was just game over. So now we got to hope that they can come back, pull this back around. We do have Barnyard coming in with Blizzard and Skills with the Deadeye, so that could easily turn this fight around.
Diva Bomb going in doesn't do much, but the nice charge there actually pulling the Reinhardt out of that fight. Both Reinhardts are gone from that fight. Diva Bomb into the backline, nobody goes down. QG actually gets back into the mech after that Diva Bomb. Freak Daddy is now contesting that one, shoots the rockets actually in Diva's own face once again, and now QG is just holding on for dear life on that point. High Noon is being thrown out there. Can Skill do anything with that one? Oh, barely got him there.
You know what? He got him though, and that's what matters with that. With Freak Daddy and the Genji being down, that completely destroys their Nano Blade opportunity to come back from this fight.
But they don't need it if they have Joji just in the back after a shatter. There is a Blizzard now on the point. Immortality Field Coalescence is being thrown out. Everything is going right now. Freak Daddy is sitting actually in the back. Doesn't get his nano this time, and Joy Silence gets the opportunity to do something with that one. Dink Dunk is there, but the blade is still out there, and they do claim the victims there. Void is holding on to, once again, to stall for dear life. There is just this fight, and two go off once again, and they hold on.
So it looks like what they're going to do here is do a quick regroup, but this is going to have to be a real quick fight. With Sharks coming up at 84% now, they're going to have to get onto that point as quickly as possible and just try and hold it. Dirtmaster is coming in with the rally, so that could hopefully give them a bit of extra charge, but he has to remember he needs to pop it ahead of time, which is exactly what he does.
The troops have been rallied. They're charging in now to find their fight. Just Silence and Dink Dunk charge each other, so they're both stunned up on the side. Barnyard is a bit in the back line trying to cause some chaos. There is the Diva Bump going out. Nobody goes down to that one. The fight is still going on. Joji gets the first kill of this fight. Freak Daddy has the nano already, just not the blade. Just doing the damage they can. And they do take down 3-4 with that one. And this looks like the Dunkers finally get something, but they are in the position the Sharks were in last fight round.
Well, we're gonna have to see if they can hold on. I have very high hopes after that last fight. They capitalized on every single ult and just forced the Sharks to just apply as much as they can. As you could see, Jiggy applying the nano right to Freak Daddy before the blade was ready, just to try and get that last little extra bit of damage just to hold on.
Freak Daddy sitting up top looking for an opening. They do find Skill, and Skill is instantly out of there. Nice Earth Shatter there. Freak Daddy pulls out the blade, goes in there, 2 down, 3, 4 down. Everybody goes from the Dunkers this fight.
And that was a really smart play to go for Skills right out the get-go. You don't want him sitting up there just taking pot shots at you, especially with how close he was to getting another Deadeye.
And we are going to Busan.
So it looks like I called it there with the Sharks winning that one. So what do you think is going to happen on this next in Busan?
This is gonna be amazing, actually. I feel like this is amazing how we're just going through this one. How I would call this one? I would say it highly depends on which map we get, actually. Which team will win. If it will be something that really close combat favors, I would say everything except downtown could be in favor of the Sharks right now. But if we get downtown, I feel like the Dunkers will win this one.
It's definitely an interesting question, and I have to stick with the Sharks on this one. They've really kind of shown that they can kind of just kite and use those ultimates in just such an interesting way between dropping that nano blade left, right, and center, and how quickly they charge those ultimates during those fights. I think I saw at least 3 or 4 blades in most matches they've been playing here, and it just goes to show how important it is to keep your ult economy up and healthy.
Yeah, ult economy is one of the deciding factors in Overwatch. If you can keep your ults in check, that you actually know what it will be, is perfect. But right now, we're still kind of waiting which map we will get, and we're just sitting here for a moment. And I would say, what? So you say you were going for the Sharks there. Even if we get downtown, where it's not really that close combat as most of the maps, would you still favor the Sharks for that one?
I think I would. I mean, you have to look in just the way they've been playing across the board, especially on that on just all the contention points. They're playing very close together now. They're keeping as much as they can together and just forcing the Dunkers to spread out and try and get different lines on them. And if it's an open area, that's what Dunkers are going to have to do, and they may be able to capitalize on it again.
And looks like we do have downtown. No, we have Mecha Base. Okay. I hate that the screen is the same for everything, but the Mecha Base is the option where we will have the final fight of this grand final. This will determine who wins and who will be second. Both teams have had a good travel too here, but right now we are on the point to see who will be the final champ.
And it was skills going, and like I was gonna guess, picking McCree. Oh, he's gonna go with the Reaper. I was really hoping for McCree here with all the high ground and different advantages, but that McCree could definitely cause some problems in their backline, especially going for Enjoy Silence. Enjoy Silence has been really the backbone behind Freak Daddy and Jiggy Me with those nano blades.
Yeah, that is one of the biggest points we have seen right now. And so really the team that the Dunkers are going with is just completely close combat, just fight it.
And that's exactly what they're going for. But we're gonna have to wait and see. It looks like they're gonna take out the fight right at the top, see who comes out on top here.
We're having the brawl. Enjoy Silence takes down Dirtmaster, so the Brigitte is already out of the fight. The nice healing nade actually for the team. Enjoy Silence takes down Void. All of the supports are gone already. Joji takes down Ding Dong. And this is just a slaughter up top there.
Enjoy Silence made the right call, just going for Dirtmaster right from the get-go. And as you can see, we just have down here, just sitting there, Jiggy Me just capping that point while they push them back farther and farther.
That is the right choice, I would say, right with this moment. And we see Dim moving forward once again. They want this fight. They want to fight them on their ground. Don't you know they have the high ground? You don't want to fight this. Barnier goes in there, tries to get some damage in there. Unfortunately, there's nothing to do with that one. Enjoy Silence gets anti-heal, gets taken down. So this could be really the opportunity they need. We do have Freak Daddy in the backline just causing some more chaos. They did switch over. Joji is now the Torbjorn, and this Torbjorn is having a blast with his turret. Jerry gets the... And Freak Daddy goes in with the blade. Unfortunately, can't kill that, but the Coalescence can do it. There is the Diva bomb. Unfortunately, nobody, but Joji gets Ding Dong, so there is a lot of chaos. QG is out of the mech and out of the fight, and skill charge into a wall.
And that's the one thing Sharks have shown us countless times in these fights. When the chaos breaks out, they know how to capitalize on it. They're just picking the right targets, taking out the right people at the right time, and it's just working for them surprisingly well. And it was great to see, you know, they came in initially with that Oh, wait, looks like we got another big fight going on here already.
Nice shatter there. Good shatter from both Reinhardts. Actually, Dink Dunk gets stunned up quite a bit. Diva Bump goes into the backline. Unfortunately, nobody gets claimed by that one. Skill does take down Joy Silence, and this could be the time rightly now for the Dunkers to turn this around. We see the Diva going, and Jerry takes a lot of shots there. He's holding on as good as he can. We do see Void taking down Sarcastic. There is the charge right now. Jerry is still surviving. The Torbjorn turret is doing his best. Barnyard did switch over to the Torbjorn as well. So we have two Torbs right now. We see Freak Daddy doing his holding on to the point. They do hit the 90% actually. Enjoy Silence gets it taken down as well. And now it's switched at 92% already.
That's going to be a really hard hold for Dunkers here. And with this being the final map and the final match here, they're going to have to pull out all the stops. We do have Skills sitting here with his with the Blizzard, which could be a big advantage, especially with freezing anyone who drops on that point. But we also have Joey with the Jody with the
Molten Core, and we see a Blizzard already going out. Unfortunately, it didn't really hit as well as it could, and the Molten Core just into that room. That is a death trap and something there. There is another Molten Core. There is a Diva Bomb. Gets two actually. The other Diva Bomb unfortunately didn't, and right now we see another fight turn. The rally is being thrown out. Both supports are holding bravely there, but can't do enough, and this will be a one fight for the Dunkers.
And it's that Mei coming in from Skills right there, just kind of getting that extra little bit of slowdown damage, just allowing everyone else to just capitalize on everybody. So we're gonna have to wait here. We have Dink Dunk with the Shatter ready to go, but we also have Freak Daddy with that Blade ready, so we'll have to see kind of which one pops first.
There is the Blade going out, and instantly Dirt Master bites the dust. Dink Dunk does get the Earth Shatter off, but unfortunately Freak Daddy instantly knocked him out of this fight. There is the Torbjorn turret that's doing a lot of damage and actually getting some good attention there. Right now we do see Skill holding on the side. Can't really do much about that. Barnyard goes down. Void is in a dangerous position. Ding Dong and Dirt Master are now back into the fight. Coalescence is being thrown out. Blizzard is now onto the point. There is the shatter actually from Enjoy Silence. Jiggy Me gets two with the Coalescence, and they turn this point around, and maybe we get one more fight.
I don't know. That's going to be a real challenge for them to get back here in time, but you got Barnyard coming in with the Torb, and just not quite fast enough.
So we have the Sharks in suits who didn't look so good in Junkertown, pulled it back into Bonnie to a draw, won Oasis, and then they won the tiebreaker, which means that they are the winners of this whole tournament.
Honestly, Freak Daddy and Enjoy Silence, really the backbone for what we saw there. Enjoy Silence with those beautiful shatters, and Freak Daddy just going in with that Nano Blade, just causing so much havoc, especially right at the end there. Immediately took out the Brigitte, immediately went for the Reinhardt, and surprisingly, he didn't get hit by that shatter no matter how quickly he was charging right towards it.
Yeah, and I gotta say, I would even give Jiggy Me as well an honorable mention for just being a backbone of the team. I would even give Jiggy Me probably MVP because Jiggy Me was, most of the time, the Ano held on to the fights and just kept it through there just to keep him up.
Jiggy Me really did. Really, really did. It was a great fight to watch. I do thank both the Sharks and Suits and Dunkers for coming out for this. It was great to watch, and I hope everyone enjoyed it as well, because it was just mind-blowing on how quickly those fights were going and how scrappy they were. You don't get to see fights like that all the time.
Yep. And do you have anything else you want to plug before we go?
No, I think we've pretty much covered everything for today. I mean, I've thoroughly enjoyed doing this with you today, Bill. It's been great fun, and I do thank you for having me with you here for it.
I was glad to have you here as well, and I was glad to have Slayer, who was our other referee in our third place matchup. Toadette, of course, as always, for being the producer, referee, and a lot of other things. And you, the viewers, for watching. And otherwise, goodbye and good night.